You're familiar with it because we've done it a few times, but the pressure difference when you're playing at a LAN event is just complete. It's a different game entirely.
Yeah.
But we say, like, a lot of the times you have a player for LAN and you have a player for online. They're two different things. But that said, we're going to be seeing the online versions of Smash Dash and Combat Scum in our first Echo Arena game of the day. So it's interesting.
Give me a prediction.
Smash Dash are quite a long-term team, but you've got Lego and Ducky, and Combat Scum are pretty much brand new, and they've been doing well, as we're kind of not seeing on the first defense there, unfortunately. With Smash Dash,
that commentator's curse.
Yeah, exactly. Smash Dash getting an early 2-pointer, which, I mean, isn't that bad. I mean, unless you're giving away big 3-pointers early on in the game, you can come back from pretty much anything. So this should actually be a really good game, though. I think these teams are actually pretty closely matched, I'd argue. Smash Dash being kind of one of the more long-standing teams, I'd argue, in Echo Arena. They've been around for actually quite some time. Different forms, some player switches here and there, but generally speaking, got Jorgen and Sendo as kind of the rock, I would argue, of that team, but they've always been around in the league for a while. And then you've got Combat Scum, who is Lego, who we've seen in Blast and different other shapes and teams. We've also got Ducky, who's obviously we know from Combat, and we've got Ali as well, who's also kind of an Echo Arena community player. So we've got quite a good game here, I'd argue.
So there's actually something I want to talk to you about, because you just mentioned 3-pointers, and like as long as you like get up a 3-pointer on, you're generally okay. I'm a little bit surprised to not actually see like more synchronization when it comes to stunning. Okay, wow, he pushed out and he missed the open goal here, Ducky. Oh, man. But I'm surprised to not see them like pushing out, not pushing out, sorry, getting more prepared for like a 3-point shot where you just stun the goalie at the exact time that it's about to cross the line here.
The problem with stunning the keeper, and this is something that's actually been debated quite a lot, because it's the whole thing of, I mean, in Season 1 and 2, North America's thing was let's stun the keeper, and let's try, like, you can then get 2s or 3s. Europe, meanwhile, were like, no, we're not getting near the keeper, because you're basically doing the job of the defense for them. And I think that's something that we believe in, is that by getting close to that last man, you're basically making their job easier, because then they're marking 2 for 1, right? They've got the goal and they've got you. Right. And they can successfully defend the block, in which case you're basically giving up your opportunity. Okay. So there's different approaches to it. I mean, my personal, I think, line of thought, and it's a game with a lot of Europe, but that said, before I can even, I see a headbutt coming out from C there. Not able to get that cross. Yeah,
that's a good pass though to Sendo target.
Yeah, nice pass is coming back and forth there, and that is going to be locking that in for a 2, which is 6 points ahead really early on. Pretty good lead from Smash Dash there.
Yeah, we were literally just talking about this before we came on air, about when you have a mismatch of teams and skill. It's one of the few games that actually makes the game longer than quicker.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, we're a minute and 30 seconds in, and Smash Dash have been able to score 3 goals.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is with Echo, unlike a lot of other games and titles, the clock stops, and there's quite a big gap in between each goal, as you've just seen, right? Yeah. So the goal scored, about 20, 30 seconds later, we're back into the action again. And it's one of those things that, unlike a lot of other titles, can, as you say, add to a lot of the time. A nice little kind of side play there, sending one person to the 2-man stack, stopping that dead in its tracks. The clear coming out, though, wasn't quite accurate enough to get to the last man, so it does look like it's going to be collected. And going back to Smash Dash,
I'm sorry, Ducky just looks so angry. He's like, no, I wanted this. And just punches him, and it gives another free open goal here to Smash Dash. This time C is going to be the one to score.
I like the play, though. Like, I honestly... Although it didn't necessarily work out perfectly, I really like that play from Combat Scum. I'm like, this is something that we did a little bit when I was playing in Season 1 and 2.
Subtle brag there.
Yeah, that's like...
I like what he's doing, but we did it first.
Yeah, no, not at all. This has been done by loads of people, but it's something that you can do, and it's the perfect counter to a 2-man aggressive stack, sending someone on that 2-man stack, because the whole point is, if they get aggressive on defense with a 2-man stack, if you get on top of that 2-man stack, that's the play dead, right? If you can stun them and stagger them, that's the play dead. So actually doing what they're doing right now, just sending someone to it, and just basically denying them, unless the defender comes all the way out to collect it, or they get the 2-man recovery like that. But Ducky's going to be doing some leg work there and collecting the disc anyway. It's going to be, this is going to be really tight because the defense is coming back. And it does look like Lego is going to get the first 2 points on the board for Combat Scum, which will be bringing this back to 2-8. Still 6 points though to go to get that back to even.
The thing is that aggressive play out of Combat Scum at the beginning, or sorry, Smash Dash, has been working for them, because the pressure that's applying to Ali, who is playing the quarterback for the team, just, I mean, yeah, you push to the side, great, but then misses the pass to another teammate. It's able to be recovered by Smash Dash, and they're able to get like another score in. The pressure is working, even though it's not working the way they intended to with actually applying the pressure to Ali, but the pressure overall is just 100% working and really forcing Combat Scum to adjust their style now. But like you said, they're reading into the plays really well. You can see a completely different change in style here, able to send them out further.
Yeah, we're seeing an identical response coming out from Smash Dash saying, oh, I see what you're doing.
But they weren't as quick, though, for Comets SCUM, or at least Smash Dash was prepared by getting a person more forward.
Yeah, that's the difference. I think this is where I would argue the kind of longevity of, oh, great save coming out from Ali there. Something of fantastic, and almost, no, not quite a perfect clear, but I think that's actually worked out in their favor because the disc has just come back to them, and another slap is still not going to get it out close, but okay, Smash Dash are finally going to collect it, so disc is back in their possession. The question is, can they do anything with it?
Oh, we're going to see here as he does get the pass back. And another pass as well. They're just kind of playing monkey in the middle here for Ducky. Able to push up center target, looking for the shot. Gets a pass towards a high position, but it looks like a little bit of miscommunication there. Sia was not in the right place to pick it up. Lucky for them, Jorgen's able to secure the disc and pass it back to Sia, who's going to look for a shot now coming from below off the backboard. And Ali with a fantastic defense there gets the rejection.
Ali just showing up this game. Amazing stuff from her. I mean, so then now we're in a position where, oh, just some match. Oh my God, Lego just doing Lego things and just juking left, right, and center. I honestly, I swear Smash, like someone on Smash was about to punch him out and then just another duck and he just went wild.
All right, yeah, that was really well done. Like that. That's not really easy to do at all, no matter what it's a goalie. Be able to get predicted off the backboard behind you. It almost looked like Ali wasn't even looking at the disc and just kind of instinctually was expected to be in a certain position, was able to block it out and then go for the really quick clear. And luckily, a quick clear down the tunnel instead of bouncing off another island.
Yeah.
You'd see other goalies be under pressure.
Yeah, doing some great work. I mean, Ali getting both in front of the goal and behind the goal saves, so great stuff from her. And I think also great work from Lego. I mean, something that a lot of people will notice, or anyone that's played with Lego, he does like the juking. So he really does like to kind of use his play space to his advantage. And it's something that I'm glad we're seeing in this game. We're now on 4-8, so this is actually looking much better for Combat SCUM. So the question is, if they can collect this, which it looks like they will be able to, they've now got to play this. It looks like they're just going to go for a straight clear now. This becomes a bit of a race. All members from both teams are now spread out. This is going to be a head-to-head race. Combat SCUM are going to collect this. Smash Dash now coming in, and oh, double stun coming out from Combat SCUM, which is going to get them 2 points, not 3. So for a second there, I thought they'd been able to do the impossible and actually get a double stun into a 3 points, but 2 points is good enough for them right now. Back to 6-8.
They needed it. They were down 8-0.
Exactly.
They scored 3 times unanswered now, and looking to tie things up with a minute and 10 left to go here in this first round of our best of 3. Let's see now if Smash Dash can do what they've been unable to, which feels like for like the last 2.5, if not almost like, yeah, about 2.5 minutes of being able to put some more points on the board here. Again, the aggressive play comes in at Comets SCUM. They're a lot slower. They actually do halt things up instead of heading for the quarterback. They actually go up to the person who's trying to stop them from pushing up.
Yeah, some interesting pressure juggling here coming out from Smash Dash. Looks like they might be able to end up in a 1v1 situation. Going for the keeper, and yeah, that's going to be enough of a distraction there to allow Sendo to kind of slot it in between the legs, and that is going to be another goal for Smash Dash, putting them 4 points ahead now, which is difficult to manage.
Yeah, we'll see if they can. I mean, they have 50 seconds, and with how quickly they were able to put 6 on the board, I feel like they definitely could put another 4. But you're really seeing no focus on 3-pointers. The only time we're really seeing it is like if there's an open shot completely, and yet we've only had one of those, and it was a little bit of a misplay, I think, at a Ducky missing his shot. They're just going for like the guaranteed 2 points where they can feel a lot more comfortable. But now Combat SCUM, see if they can deal with the pressure. That Smash Dash is going to throw them if they continue to go that route. And we can see they're going to be doing just that, heading directly into the quarterback, who clears it very quickly over to Idle Lego.
Yes, that was, I think, a slight mistake on the initial joust there from Smash Dash. End up getting their 2-man separate. Oh, go for a 3-pointer. And goes to punch out the keeper, not quite able to get the stun in, meaning that that will be gone. Another potential mail slot try attempt there coming out from Smash Dash. Good recovery from Ducky, goes for the clear. Is collected again by Smash Dash. So Smash Dash just saying, no, we are going to keep attacking with this. A little back and forth here coming out with these clears. Oh! Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, but they recover, though, for Smash Dash. With 15 seconds left, the chance of having any sort of way back into this game is going to dissipate as the disc just gets completely across the field here. So Smash Dash will be taking the first map here in this best of 3 and looking to progress further to get themselves a chance to make it through into, obviously, the playoffs, which are happening in 2 weeks' time. And they score again for, you know, for just being a jerk. Just wanted to delay it out longer.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was going to say it's actually quicker to score and then restart than it is actually to let the game go to the duration. But
are they going to restart it?
Yeah, good question. I don't know if they are. Doesn't look like it, so we're probably just going to see. So they are just being being dicks, scoring the extra goal. But that said, I think looking at this game, obviously, because this is now basically the end, we've got 2 seconds left, so then nothing really is going to happen in this. But looking at that round, I think something that's worth mentioning is that basically when you're in that situation of you are currently trying to defend the disc over and over again, right? Because as we saw, 8 points coming onto the board straight away for Smash Dash, able to consistently ruin the attack of oh god,
Combat Scum.
Combat Scum, that's the one. Combat Scum. I know the players, but I don't know the team. It's usually the other way around.
That's fine. It's
team
fine.
names.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Perfect. Or Team Flux, as they name themselves.
Yeah. I imagine that's probably Ali. But regardless, going 8 points ahead, what that means is that if you are defending, if you can figure out how to break their attack, you will have to do that over and over again, right? So if you've got that down, it's very easy for you to get back-to-back goals. Now, the problem is, when they conceded one, that's when they started to lose their ground, because when it came to them attacking with the disc, that was their weakness as well, because as you saw there, Combat Scum were able to kind of punish that as well. So I feel like it's quite easy in Arena, if teams that are very good at attack or defense, to see repeats over and over again, and then suddenly to have it switch.
Right. Well, we're going to see if they're going to have any momentum or any sort of initial control here off the get-go. By the way, I do have a quick update for you guys as well. I was just being told by production that we said earlier on that we're going to be going to Onward after the next Echo Arena game. We'll actually be going over to Echo Combat for North America. So we'll be doing back-to-back games here, and then we'll move into Onward after that, where Blue and Jack will be taking over to close out the Last Chance Qualifier for that tournament. In the meantime, Smash Dash, well, they get a 3-pointer this time here on the board within the first 17 seconds.
Yeah, great start for them. It's something that, yeah, it's something that if you get 3 points in the first kind of section, all it really does is just, it's a mental thing more than it is a scoreline thing. Because as you say, because the time stops, it doesn't actually make, you've only lost 17 seconds off the clock there. So it's not the end of the world when it comes down to the actual time difference. Sorry, 25 seconds off the clock. So it's not the end of the world when it comes down to it. So the question is, how are Combat Scum going to respond to that? Looks like they've got someone sitting really deep here, which I actually like. They've got great passing opportunities and stuns coming out, which on the back row is absolutely key. You can now see the 2-man stack. Oh, great save, though, coming out from Sendo. Just denies the pressure that Combat Scum just gained for themselves entirely.
Also about the 3-pointers, by the way, it also kind of makes it like a 2-possession game almost for you to have a chance to take the lead away from. I think there was actually a shot coming through, but it goes a little bit wide, unfortunately. But Combat Scum do have control of the disc again, trying to come back in. You can see the defender trying to play a little bit more aggressive ahead of the goalie. And this time, ec.lip will be able to score. However, they'll still be down and behind by 1 point with 4 minutes left to go.
I don't know if you saw there, but as Lego kind of approached Smash Dash, I don't know who that was on defense, but as Lego approached, you could kind of see he was in a position that he could duck. He was like ready to juke. He grabbed onto the shield very briefly. He was in a position where he could have juked at any point if anyone came to him. Right. And that kind of had Smash Dash like, we don't want to go to you, because if we do, we're just committing and we're just going to get juked. But that ended up being that he didn't even have to do it at all. He just was ready for the entire time. He just pressured them off of it just by being there.
Well, that's why we've seen, like, I think it was Appenterror just sometimes make the decision of, like, either I can sit in the goal and wait for them to come to me, or I can just push out aggressively all of a sudden and try to take the fight on my terms and try to take the disc away in a way that they're not ready and prepared for. This time, though, Smash Dash on the push, looking for some really good passes here, which is very important when it comes to being able to play properly. And a nice little shot from above as well to Sia.
That was beautiful. That was just fantastic passing.
Let me ask you about something, because this has been frustrating me ever since even last season. Now I think about it, there's only like one team we ever see it do well of delaying time is Eclipse. I feel like Gravity has come on to that a little bit in this season.
Yeah.
But of just like, okay, we have like a, let's just say 5-point lead, arbitrary number.
I'll tell you what.
And we just delay. We just pass and pass and pass and pass and pass. Make you come to us, and eventually, if you make a mistake, we will score. Otherwise, we're going to frustrate you so much by delaying as long as possible.
Yeah, I think that is a question that is hotly debated. I would say
it's a legitimate strategy. I think it's a super honestly, proper strategy.
In my opinion, is that exactly. It's a legitimate strategy. However, from a gameplay perspective, it's like one of those things that teams just absolutely despise to play against, because it's one of the most frustrating things, and I can kind of understand why some teams are like absolutely anti-allowing like time-wasting strategies. But as you say, it's part of the game. It exists. As you say, Eclipse do it fantastically well. Some teams have started to come up with some answers to it. We haven't seen many of them because, as I kind of mentioned there, if you were to ask that question in the European Discord, I imagine you get quite a few heated answers to that debate. But That said,
why would you not use the best strategy available to win games? It's not about like how you win it. It's about, or sorry, it's not about how big of a lead you have when you win. It's just about how you win it. Like,
I think to some extent it's a fun thing as well. I think it's like
winning is fun. Come on, you're saying winning
True.
like 20 grand isn't fun?
True, but I think it's all the in between. That said, we're seeing a back-to-back. Talking about winning, we're seeing a back-to-back here of goals going back and forth. That 3 pointers at the beginning actually serving Smash Dash quite well, leaving them at 1 point ahead, which is a really, it's not a massive difference, but if Smash Dash are able to get another 3-pointer, as we've kind of talked about with combat in terms of converting that damage, you get another 3-point here, that puts you 4 points ahead, which cannot be caught up outside of 2 goals. You have to get 2 goals regardless, which is actually a really big difference.
Call that a 2-possession game in American football.
Okay.
I don't know.
I do not know. Sorry, don't know the moment.
I don't know. I was casting with Jackie last week, and he doesn't know sports, so.
Okay.
He's like, 3-pointer? Is that cricket? Is that golf?
I know a lot of sports, just not American football. It's not on that list.
Not everyone's accustomed to the greatest sport in existence. Anyways, we see a little shot coming in, how to see it, and well, pretty easy over the head of the defender of Ali, not able to block out on that one. And Smash Dash will be able to maintain that 3-point lead. Going back to what we were saying about the delay tactics, what has been the counter you've seen? Well, it comes down to like a 2-person squad to just rotate from person to person, right?
You can do that. I think the other way you can do it is actually bring the keeper out, and you've got to bring the keeper out in between passes, right? So as soon as the pass goes from player A to player B, that's your window where usually you have to call it as a team, and that's when you bring the keeper out. You bring the keeper out to the guy that's close to the goal. So either what happens is, if they've got their passing triangle set up and one of their players gets too close to the keeper, that then enables the keeper to get to them really quickly. And that's when you use that window to get basically a man-to-man situation where the guy who pressures the man with the disc in between those passes has to both kind of block the shot, but at the same time also get the player that
right, because if you mess that up, they're going to get
exactly.
3 points.
Then it's the 3 points, yeah. But you're kind of in a lose-lose situation if you wait it out, essentially.
Yeah.
It's almost always the other team is ahead, so you might as well.
Oh, that's free. That was really well played here out of Combat Scum, able to pretty much penetrate the defenses. They're able to allow a person to float to kind of play as like a roaming position to pick up the disc. And there's a couple of missed passes there in the meantime, but either way, the 2 points is not going to be enough for them to take the lead away, and Smash Dash will still maintain the 1-point lead here.
Yeah, we're seeing back and forth with these 2 pointers. Again, this that initial 3-point goal from Smash Dash, just keeping their head above water in the points department. They are going to be coming back with possession here again, though. So the question is, which team can break the other one right now? Which team can break the other's attack, I think, is the going to decide how this game goes. Oh, seeing an almost steal there coming out from Lego. Boosting back coming out from Smash Dash. Oh, a goal attempt coming out from range. A bit greedy, I'd argue, on that. I mean, the keeper was there. So now this is a question of who can stack and boost first. Looks like it's going to be a slow boost back from Smash Dash. One player getting out from... again, I'm going to have to come back to you for the team name because...
Combat Scum.
Combat Scum, that's the one. So we are seeing...
There's overlays.
Yeah.
That's what I read.
Because I keep watching this one and not...
Yeah, no, I know, right? That happened to me. I remember the first week we were doing this, I was yelling. I was like, why is there no overlays production? Hello. And I realized I looked at the wrong monitor. It's not our fault. There's like 4 monitors in front of us, We're about to look at the wrong...
We have a lot to choose from, to be fair.
Exactly.
Selection.
Well, Idolego looking for a shot here. Passes to Ali, comes in from behind. And finally, Combat Scum take the lead for the first time in this game after losing that initial 3 points of Smash Dash. We talked about who's going to break who first. Looks like Combat Scum have been able to do just that. And now Smash Dash have 1 minute and 2 seconds left to somehow get another point on the board.
I actually believe, if I remember the results from last week for Echo Arena for Europe, I actually believe Combat Scum took quite a few games off of, I'd argue, the top 5 teams, actually. They were actually quite a hard one to beat, and I think that we saw them generally rolling 2-0 off a lot of the smaller teams. So I do think that there is a good chance here Combat Scum might take this to match straight.
We're going to find out here as actually a steal comes through. And again, Ducky able to pick up the disc, trying to get a little boost here for Idolego to get a little bit closer to stun up the goalie potentially. The defender's going to actually retreat back in time, and the dings come in, a double ding. You don't see the ding that often. And then the self-goal comes in at the end of things as well, and Combat Scum have been able to take now a 3-point lead here against Smash Dash.
Lego doing some work, but fantastic keeping. I don't know who that was from. I want to say it's Jorgen, but they all got back in time to defend on the second one, so it could have been anyone on the initial save. But a fantastic goal there from Combat Scum, putting them now 3 points ahead. So they haven't they've got that critical 4-point lead that you really want to have, but it's enough that they are going to require a 3 points just to level with them now. 46 seconds on the clock. Smash Dash coming out with possession. Combat Scum were able to break this last time, so we're seeing something slightly different here now, actually. Which is, oh, but a great prediction coming out from Combat Scum. Lego going to be clearing this now deep, trying to waste time. Smash Dash going to be able to recover it. Oh, but another collection coming from Ducky, and another from Sendo. Yeah, and looks like a back and forth passing now coming out. So this has to basically be a 3 points for them to contest. This is going to be really tough. Smash has got to do something.
Oh, he tries to throw it off the backboard, but unfortunately, Ali's going to block out on that one. And with 14 seconds, they need to see another shot come through. Just flings it behind his back, trying to look for some sort of pass, some sort of shot. But it's going to be retrieved. It's going to be thrown right back in the hands of Jorgen. He's going to look for the shot, but he gets blocked again. 4 seconds left. The disc in the last few seconds for Sender. Look for the shot off the backboard. Ooh, how many times did Ali just save the game for them there? And we will be going to a third match.
Wow, Ali doing some work in that game. I think she did a fantastic job in goal, not letting those backboards in, which in those closing seconds would have basically drawn it at the last second. So yeah, as I said, I think I'm not surprised they were able to bring it back. They've been taking some games off the top teams. Obviously, you've got the caliber of player there, Ducky from Combat, Lego, who's played in a lot of the top teams in Echo Arena, and Ali, as we've seen, doing work as well, not letting the other two outshine us. So yeah, fantastic work from both teams.
I would hate to have been her if he missed that block.
Yeah.
For a 3 point off the backboard. You saw like constantly Smash Dash were just trying to throw it every single time and realizing they have to go for the threes.
They did what they had to do, right? Yeah. And I think it's actually great that they recognized that. They picked it off early. They're like, okay, wait, we need to get 3 points to get back in this. You could argue they could have tried to get two twos, like get a really early 2, but I don't think they would have had time. Like they had 20 seconds left on the clock. In that situation, you basically have to predict exactly what they're going to do defense and then answer it like that. There is no room for error at all. So I think they did the right thing. It didn't necessarily pan out because Ali did a great job on keeping. Yeah. Just not letting the goals that shouldn't get through, like those long-range threes. I like the backboard attempts. They were both on target as well. So it was well played. They couldn't really done much else. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in this game 3.
Just gotta feel bad for Smash Dash, realizing they had such a big lead. Not such a big lead, they had a lead pretty much the entire game, and then just to lose it the last few seconds. It's really unfortunate. I think it actually might have tilted them a little bit too, because that pass or shot or whatever you want to call it was not even near the desired target. The disc will be a little bit free falling here as Comets Scum's able to get the retrieval on it. Lego now going to be picking up as the quarterback, going to slowly push up himself. He does have a player pushed up aggressively. It's going to be Ali if he wants to throw it down the field towards her. Instead of trying to play it safe here. And, well, safe doesn't work out every time. Send a target, going to be looking just for the disc. And he has a potential shot here. It's going to hit the force field, though, and back away. Now you're going to have Sia off to the side looking for a shot. And again, that one's going to go a little bit of an off angle as well.
Yeah, ooh, that was making his way back up to the goal, but it is going to be collected from Ducky. He's going to be passing it back and forth. So Combat Scum going for a bit more of a passing. As I say that, they clear it. Come back to the curse again. But we're going to be now.
This is when you're like, I'm not going to win the lottery today.
Yeah.
Not working.
It's not going to happen. So yeah, we're seeing 3 points. Oh no, 2 points going from Ducky, unfortunately. The problem is if you go for that strategy of you sit someone on the shield and they have to take the shot, you basically can't bring it past your shoulder, so you can't throw it in the normal way. You kind of have to like either throw back and then take the shot, or you've got to release it really early, which a lot of the time you see people trying to do it when they get the opportunity and just miss because they're forced into throwing it in an awkward way. So honestly, I think I would actually usually recommend don't do it. Just go for the 2, just on the basis that it's better that you get the 2 than it is you just miss a free 3. Like, it's the worst thing.
Well, we did see last week as well. I can't remember who it was. I almost want to say it was like Martin III. I feel like who's actually able to block out on 2 shots where they had an open 3-pointer and they just were able to traverse across the map so quickly that he actually was able to block it as it was just about to go in. It was in our little highlight reel as we started off the show before we kicked off Onward. It was insane. We had some ridiculous Echo Arena games last week. Yeah,
the boosting is like, I want to say faster than it has ever been, I think, in Echo Arena. There've been some patches and changes that happened in the off-season as well that improved it even further. And they just kind of brought it more to, what we want to say, like the
land environment?
The land environment, because I mean,
every player talked about how easy it was to get the regrabs perfectly.
It's like butter. Like, it is just absolutely smooth.
It's like butter?
Smooth. Like butter. Yeah. It's
like butter. Okay. You spread it on toast.
I realized I made half of that analogy in my head, and I just said the end of it.
We got there.
Yeah, but honestly, playing on LAN is like a completely different feeling from playing online, just on the basis that the speed of your boosting is just much better. And just as I was talking about going for that strategy, someone proves it right. Yeah, so that's what can happen. It just, you've got to be aware of it, and it's one of those things. It's a trade-off, right? You got to risk it to go for that 3. And honestly, I don't think they needed it. Like, they're 2 for 2. Like, at the end of the game, sure, but mid-game, it's not necessary.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
Just trying to help out your analogy game here a little bit. No, definitely, Idolego got punished from that one. He had an open shot, but well, he could net himself nothing off this. But a lot of time has been actually taken off the clock here, funny enough. We're 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in our final round of this best of 3. This time, Smash Dash able to have the control and go for the clear. Really quickly, we were talking about regrabs. Eclipse, for me, was like the fastest team when it came to Joust team. With the changes and with it being... Okay, there we go. That's the 3-shot we need to see. With the changes, do you think teams can compete better against them now?
Well, I think...
Or do you think they're going to be that much better when it comes to LAN?
From a jousting perspective, I think that the PE joust, which is something we kind of talked about briefly on the show a few times, it's kind of been raised. It's only in the last couple of weeks it's actually come about, which is essentially where teams don't use the kind of launcher element of the tube. They don't actually use it. They actually start back way in the tube. I don't think either of the teams here are actually using it right now. We probably see, you can only really see on the mini map, but yeah, so no, because if you can see both the teams on the map, then they're not doing it, or they're doing like a really basic version of it. But basically what it means is that the teams start back way in the tube and they don't use the ring at all. They'll just actually boost before the clock finishes its countdown and then leave the instant the door opens to the tube, which is called the PE joust, which has actually kind of changed the game dramatically for joust timings because it's significantly faster.
Okay.
So something that a few teams have perfected and adopted, like Polaris, who we might see today, is actually kind of one of the people that have really gone to town with it and use it to its maximum potential. Something that it's quite hard to practice and get perfect, though. Oh, no, we're going to see an attempted mail slot, but nothing actually converts there. And we're just going for a bit of a back and forth with boosting right now. This is really going to come down to which team can get there first. It should be an open 3.
Don't miss it.
Or combat scum. He's going for the shield again. Going for passing play. Okay, yes, that's what I was saying about playing it safe. Following the mix-up before, I think they're just going to go, no, let's just get the 2s.
Yeah, they did have an open shot for a little bit of time, but I think Ali didn't want to go for it. I definitely could understand like the pressure. You still have tons of time. What, a minute and 50 left on the clock, so even if you don't hit the 3-pointer there, you at least keep things within a within a 1-point game instead of potentially being down by 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So, decent trade-off in the end of things.
Yeah, and I think the other thing as well, like as you saw last week, teams are starting to get very aware of how quickly teams can recover.
Yeah.
So you go for that slow 3-pointer. There is a good chance they're going to get there before you do, like before the disc goes into the goal.
Yeah.
Just on the speed, because if you think about it, you've got the whole arena. The speed that they're going after they get past the halfway point is like Mach 10, right? It's just you don't see it on the minimap. Like the time it takes for the frame to update, they are halfway across the arena.
I think it was like from the halfway point from where I think it was Martin, if I'm getting the name right. From halfway point to the goal, it was like 0.1 seconds.
Yeah.
Like that's how fast he was able to recover and get back in time.
Yeah, talking about the PE joust, the difference in times is actually like 0.5 of a second, right? But that is, you don't think
the speed
that's
you're
much.
going in those.
Oh yeah. So that's the difference in like doing a normal joust versus doing the PE joust when it's done like the full thing, which you can actually. There's still room for improving that as well, which is mad, right? But you wouldn't think 0.5 of a second is much, but that is the difference between the other team basically halfway across the arena versus you already with the disc passing it, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's insane how fast these things happen. And that said, we are seeing 1 minute 15 now on the clock. Combat Scum and Smash Dash 6-5. Combat Scum with a slight advantage, but Smash Dash with the possession. If Smash Dash can convert this now? Oh, as soon as I say that, possession goes back over. Combat Scum clearing it down. Who's going to be able to boost back? Smash Dash.
Your commentator's curse is really
it's literally
right
every 5 seconds.
I feel like I feel like someone's paid you off money to talk about Smash Dash recovery and doing things. So it goes the other way.
Yeah, my donations are open.
What's your PayPal?
Still got your GoFundMe as the last thing I think on it.
I know what you're talking about. Never happened. 39 seconds left to go here for Smash Dash to score another 2 points. Get at least 1 goal on the board here to tie things up. Actually, sorry, to take the lead. We see the aggression come out yet again. Ali going to go for the swift punch. She's going to bounce back. It looks like both players and both teams are actually going to miss out on the initial control. Sia is trying to pick it up. 20 seconds left, and they just cannot control this disc. It keeps bouncing around at odd angles. Ducky picks it up, looks for the shot. The slow floater. Finally, someone's able to get there in time. It's Jorgen. But with 15 seconds, you have to make the power play happen. You have to go for the shot.
No! He probably went for the punch instead of the boost. He's going to just have to go for the shot, and unfortunately, this is looking like Combat's going to be able to wrap this up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, they didn't. I don't know if that was intentional, though. That's the only question.
It was intentional. He didn't want to drag it out any longer.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Wanted to finish it off.